I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off and hand out. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. Tay was reporting live from the Man Cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please feel free to hit that bird and that bell at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the link to my website is below. 3 games was on last night from the NBA playoffs. You know I watched the Cleveland Cavaliers play the Indiana Pacers. LeBron James started off the first quarter red hot, sriracha, flaming hot, Cheeto hot. He was in a different zone last night, but at the same time, that could be dangerous because Indiana's like, you know what? LeBron, you can go out there and score all these points all you want to, but we're going to make other guys try to beat us. You see me took a substitution, sat down late in these games in the quarters and trying to get a breather. You seen him playing out there, breathing hard. And the one thing the TV didn't point out, I'm going to point out to y'all people. Let's be honest. I'm going to keep it 100. If you notice, when he went to the bench in the fourth quarter when the game was over, LeBron James grabbed his back. I think his back was tightened up. So that's something to look forward to in a Game 3. Back stiffness. When you're going that hard to will your team to a victory, little aches and pains starting to come out of nowhere. So you got to do this almost every night to keep the Cavs afloat. So if you don't keep the Cavs afloat, LeBron scored 46 points. Kevin Love, he had 15 points, 8 rebounds. He was 5 from 16. No, let's be completely honest. I'm going to be, I'll let you know. I'm a Cavaliers fan, thick and thin. They're missing Kyrie Irving. The team don't look the same. I'll probably say this is probably one of the worst rosters I've seen from a Cavaliers with a LeBron James team. We know what the worst one was when he went to the championship back in 2007 with Eric Snow and Ira Newble and those guys. And Sasha Pavlovich. That's a terrible roster, but he made it and he got swept. Do this Cavaliers team have enough firepower to come out the East? Because right now, Boston is winning games without a Kyrie Irving, a Gordon Hayward, and a Marcus Smart. Team is looking fabulous. That young 76ers team, they lost to Miami Heat the other night. That team is looking good. The Toronto Raptors, even though they're the same team, but they look good too. They're a well-oiled machine. And the reason I'm saying this is because the Toronto Raptors bench can score. The Cavaliers bench cannot score at all. They can't put a fight up. And you looking at Kyle Korver playing with a heavy heart. He was 4 from 8 from a three-pointer. Couldn't miss. His brother passed away a week or so ago. You know how it is trying to play with a loved one. Passed away. LeBron James have to do this every night. And eventually it's going to catch up with you. I don't care how old you are. You're going to get tired. I know you pushed through this to make some of these guys some of the best players in the world. This make these guys elite talent. But eventually, even the good get tired. When I'm looking at Darren Collins, he had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Victor Oladipo with 22 points, 6 assists. If Victor Oladipo never picked up them 2 quick fouls in their first quarter, the Cavaliers could be easily down 2-0 going to Indiana on Friday. But the series not over. Not over at all. But they have to keep it going. Cannot let Indiana off the hook. I said it before. Got the Cavaliers at 5. I'm going to stick with it. But if they want to win games, they got to keep Victor Oladipo under 30. I noticed when the Cavaliers lose certain games throughout the regular season, the opposing star player on the other team averaged 30. If you can keep him under that 30 range, you got a chance. You got to attack the hole. I want to see Tristan Thompson. I don't care what's going on in his personal life, what he did and all this stuff. You got to put him in. You need somebody to grab rebounds. That's all. You need somebody to grab rebounds. You don't have a rim protector. The Cavaliers hasn't had a true rim protector. I'm gonna say Timothy Mozgov, even though he's a foul case trouble, he's a rim protector. But Ilgauskas, he was more finesse, but He actually controlled the middle. So the Cavaliers, if in this draft, they go get them a rim protector if you want to keep LeBron James and trade that pick off or do whatever. But you need a rim protector. Cavaliers for the Pacers Friday, Indiana. They fans be ready up in Indy. I've been to Indiana. Race Car City up there too as well. The Indy 500, the Brickyard. They ready. Oh, they fans will be ready. Trust and believe that. In Baker's Life Stadium, they will be ready. Second game I did watch. The Utah Jazz and the OKC Thunder. I've been telling everybody about Donovan Mitchell. I've been talking about this kid the whole season. He's a special type of player. He has that elite talent. And everybody said, you think so? I never heard of him. It's easy for me to heard of him because I live in North Carolina and know he played at Louisville and seeing him doing this, putting in work. This guy's a special talent. I knew he had that it factor. He's not scared. He tore Russell Westbrook a new one. Them boys couldn't score. You telling me the big three? It's so funny because on LeBron James' big three, I don't care when he played that Miami Heat team, he played on the Cavaliers team now. This is present day. LeBron James' big three always get criticized for having terrible games. But now you got Melo, Westbrook, and Paul George. They've been struggling the whole season trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out what they should do. It's easy to figure out. Melo go to the bench and you bring him in with the starters and get starter minutes. You don't start Melo. I don't care if he is a future Hall of Famer. He's not the same Carmelo Anthony as when he left the Denver Nuggets. This is his first time being in the playoffs in 5 years with the New York Knicks. When he came out of college, they was going through the ranks. Carmelo Anthony going to be a better pro than LeBron James. I'm not trying to make these guys out to be what it's trying to be. But the whole notion was that these two young men, that Melo should have went number 1 pick overall to the Cavaliers. And I'm saying to myself, okay, Melo did good. He balled out at Syracuse, won a national championship, player of the year, the Nate Smith Player of the Year award winner. All that. Get to the NBA, you know why he was great? I'm going to tell you why Carmelo Anthony was good, and people never give these guys credit. He had Chauncey Billups. He had Marcus Camby. He had Vashawn Leonard. He had a Birdman with no tattoos, but the key part was he had Chauncey Billups and Marcus Camby and Kenyon Martin. He had 3 pros that understood the game. He had a rebounder. He had an enforcer in Kenyon Martin, a rim protector Marcus Camby, and he had a great ball handler Chauncey Billups who understood the game. Melo was slimmer. He was fit. But when he went to New York, cut them braids off, picked up a couple of pounds. I'm telling people, man, y'all, Melo ain't the same. I say it right to this day. Melo hasn't been the same Carmelo Anthony since he left Denver Nuggets organization. If you beg to differ, you crazy. How many people can say that Carmelo Anthony is better than LeBron? Because this is no debate. I'm just saying, if Carmelo Anthony would have stayed in Denver, that team was built for him to win. He had J.R. Smith then, who was playing good. He still had a young Nene. They still had a squad. They went to the Western Conference Finals. He hasn't been back to that part since he left Denver. Struggling to get into the playoffs. He goes to OKC Thunder. He makes it through. But for them to put what they did last night, he had 17 points, 9 rebounds. He was 6 from 18 from the field. That's 33%. That's not going to get you no win. PG, Paul George, another player, all-star. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 6 for 21, 28%. It's not going to get you the dub. Russell Westbrook, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists. He was also 7 from 19 with 36% from the field. That's not going to get you the win. But the sad part about it, that fourth quarter, when they came through and I turned to watch the third and fourth quarter, they was winning. OKC was going crazy. They theme on their Thunder Up. That fourth quarter came with 5 minutes ago. It went from thunder to thunder down. A rookie, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell scored 13 of his 28 points in the fourth quarter. That big three was 0 for 14 for the Nuggets. Not for the Nuggets. That big three was 0 for 14 for the Thunder. Melo, Westbrook, George. 0 for 14. They had 2 points because they came from the free throw line. And you couldn't score. Steven Adams fouled out. That was a big factor. I knew this was going to be a good game because Derek Favors got off. Got off to a good start. A great start. Offensive rebounds, put back. He had 20.16 rebounds. And he's starting to hit the three every now and then in this game. Rudy Gobert, they put him back in the game because he was in foul trouble. He finished the game with 13 points and 15 rebounds. And Ricky Rubio, let's give praise to him. It is so funny because when he left Minnesota, he wasn't getting the same praises. Ricky Rubio is going to Utah. Utah is not a playoff contender team. And I say this since day one. Utah is going to get in the playoffs. They got Donovan Mitchell. They still got Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert. They still have some of their core pieces still there. They just lost Joe Johnson, Boris Diaw, and players like that. But at the end, in the Rodney Hood. And let's be straight. And ESPN keep saying Rodney Hood ain't been in the playoffs. Rodney Hood was in the playoffs last year. ESPN, Fox Sports. Let's get this correct. Rodney Hood did play last year in the playoffs for the Utah Jazz. They keep saying he didn't play. Only 2 players hasn't played in the playoffs on the Cavaliers roster. Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr., and Cedi Osman. Everybody else have playoff experience except for those 3 guys. And, of course, the rookies they have. But other than that, Rodney Hood did play. So back to the Utah Jazz. I'm looking at Ricky Rubio, 22 points. 7 rebounds, 9 assists with the win. And they keep saying the whole time he was in Utah, they got to make a case. They picked him not to make the playoffs this year. And I say they're going to make the playoffs. As long as they got that coach Quinn started there, the one thing, players do move, but if the coach stay the same way, positive and poised, anything can happen. And I've been telling y'all, man, Donovan Mitchell, man, my rookie of the year. 28 points, 6 rebounds. Put the team on his back. How many rookies are doing that right now? He put the team on his back and willed them to victory in the fourth quarter. Not no any old team. The OKC Thunder. Lit Russell Westbrook up. Taking it to him. First year player. Playing with poise. You tell me that these guys can score for 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Going back to Utah, at the first the First Solution Stadium. Don't fans gonna be ready in Utah? They're gonna be ready, and them Utah fans gonna let you know. Like, it feels so good to see teams like that make it back to the playoffs, regardless. They history with John Stockton and Malone and the Jeff Hornaceks and the Byron Russells of the world. That fan base is hungry just like any other fan base. They doing their thing, man. I just took away from where the Thunder was just stopped being in the fourth quarter. They got their emotions up. They play like they had the game won. The game isn't over once that clock hit quadruple zeros. So if you don't see 4 zeros on that clock, you better keep playing. Because a 20-point lead in the NBA is almost like a 5-point lead. Anything happen that fast in the blink of an eye. And that's what happened. The Thunder stopped attacking the hole. They started setting up for threes and 15-footers. They should attack the hole, put the team in foul trouble. You already up by 20. Let's see, can we take this lead up a little bit further? Can we add 10 more points onto this lead? That series tied 1-1. They're going back to Utah, and they would be ready Friday night. The third game, I did watch. James Harden have a great game for starters. We know that he had 12 points, 7 assists, 3 steals and 3 blocks. He was 2 for 18. The dude shot 11%, and they still won. Chris Paul played out of his mind. 27 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Can't knock that at all. But Gerald Green came off that bench ready. 21 points, 12 rebounds. James Harden couldn't hit, period, at all. They just had it where, like I gotta tell everybody, man, there's gonna be some days you're gonna be off and some days you're gonna be on. But particularly this day, James Harden was off. His shot wasn't hitting. He was going to the hole. The layups weren't falling. He just started off a bunch of jumpers. 2 for 18. They said keep shooting, you will make it. This is a make or miss lead. I hear that all the time on TV. But when you off, you gotta find other ways to get in the game. And the ways he got in the game, he did have 7 assists. Those turned into points. He had 3 steals. He also had 3 blocks. So he actually changed the game around from that. He's been a ball facilitator, and he played defense. So he got the 3 blocks and 3 steals off defense. Clint Capella, 8 points, 16 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns only scored 5 points in the first quarter. They call him the Big Cat. The Big Cat, y'all. He had 5 points, 10 rebounds, 2 for 9 from the field, 22%. They call him the Big Cat. Tom Thibodeau got to find other ways to get Karl Anthony Towns the ball. Now, I'm just sitting here speaking that because they stopped going to him. Jimmy Butler didn't play aggressive enough. Jeff T let his guard down. This team right here is an AC, and the NBA let you know that an AC can't be beat. They can't be beat. But you're not going to go up against a team like the Houston Rockets. This team is the favorites to win a championship. They got the firepower, man. They bench is awesome. And nothing you can knock about them boys in Houston in the 7-1-3. But James Harden, you're an MVP candidate. It's probably by far one of your worst shooting displays that I have seen in quite some time. And the sad part about it, they still won by 20. The Timberwolves got beat by 20. The Rockets beat y'all by 20. Clint Capella was showing out. And one thing I like about that matchup is so underrated. Clint Capella is guarding Karl Anthony Towns head up. Most teams who play against Big Cat, as y'all call him, Karl Anthony Towns, they use a double team on him to stop him, and he go hard. The Rockets said, you know what, Clint? We got faith in you, big guy. Go at Karl Anthony Towns head up. It's pretty much that game is an even matchup. Just set for Clint Capella to score 3 more points than him and grab 6 more rebounds. So that was a dynamic there. You're looking at Jimmy Butler, 11 points and 4 rebounds. This is an all-star, y'all. This is an all-star caliber player. 11 points? That's not going to get the job done. Are you kidding me? Andrew Wiggins, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Number 1 overall draft pick a year or so ago. Tom Thibodeau, like I said, his voice isn't hoarse because he had that much yelling to do. The team got waxed. They went down to Houston. They may still be in Minnesota. They body may still be cold and froze up there. They going back home. That's how little home cooking to do because Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins play their best basketball at home. And I know they fans are starving. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2004, back when my favorite player, hands down, Kevin Garnett was there. And hey, they ain't hungry up there in Minneapolis. What they going to do? What they going to do? Because if you lose this one, you're going home. I just feel like the Houston Rockets get everybody involved early. That's key. You got to get the role players involved early to set the tone. If you don't get them involved early, it's going to be a whole different ball game. And I definitely told everybody before the series start that the Rockets is going to sweep the Timberwolves. And I'm still sticking to that. You got to just do different things on the floor. The consistency from the Timberwolves benches hasn't existed this whole series. Their bench is getting outscored day in and day out. That bench is weak. Derrick Rose is leading the bench with 9 points. Jamal Crawford, nowhere to be shown. Somebody has to step it up to be an X factor if they want to beat Houston on this Friday night game. Who would that be? X factors need to step up. It's the same thing for the Cavaliers. LeBron James is carrying the team, but you're not getting no bench points. You're not getting no production from nobody else. You tell me only 2 guys scored in double figures last night for for the Cavs. Or 3, because you got Kyle Korver with his 12. But you're not going to get that every night from a Kyle Korver if his number is not called. Who's going to be that guy? It's going to be a Jeff Green. Jeff Green, the first game 1, you had 0 points. We need to see more product from you. No, we haven't. I need to see more production from Jeff Green. Same thing for the Thunder. Who's going to step up? Because the bench, I keep telling everybody, their best defender is out for the season. Andre Robertson. He's gone. If they didn't have him, they would have won. They'd be up 2-0. It's a different dynamic. Playoffs, yes, your star's going to play, but the playoffs is where some of these 6-man and bench players come alive. This is something the bench players make their name at and money at in the playoffs. I haven't seen a bench player that really did anything so far that really caught notice. So, it's playoff basketball. Win or go home. Y'all know who I am. Tay Wiz reporting live from the Man Cave. Go on that website down below. Peace.